So right now we are entering the small village of Maryinka, just outside of Donetsk. We have to do it at night because it is simply too dangerous to take this road during the day. In fact, the Ukrainian forces are so close already. We can see the flashes of their artillery firing towards the Russian positions.
Under the cover of darkness, we head towards the troops' living quarters on the front line. We wake up to a surreal landscape, an epitome to desolation and death.
Well, this is Maryinka, and with the first rays of sunshine, the extent of the damage dealt to this little village, well, it becomes obvious, and it is close to 100%. You can see that all around us so far we haven't seen a single building that comes to even close as to being intact, or more or less intact. The fighting continued throughout the night, although its intensity did die down, did recede a little bit compared to what happens here during the day. Well, Maryinka is also a graveyard for NATO-made machines and vehicles like this APC that was supplied to Ukraine by Australia.
The site is unchanging here. Feeble building frames, scaffolding and bricks from torn-apart houses.
So this is the forwardmost position of the Russian forces inside the village of Maryinka, basically between us and the Ukrainian forces. There's only about 300 to 400 meters, according to the soldiers, on this particular position, and this machine gun to the left of me is meant to stop any sort of advancement that the Ukrainian troops might attempt both day and night. And basically, to give you an idea as to how close quarters the fighting here is, the former building of the local library is right now occupied by both Russians and Ukrainians. One section is under the Russian control and the other one is under the Ukrainian, and now both sides have drawn reinforcements to duke it out and see who remains in control of this building.
We hear the roar of two engines a few hundred meters away, a Russian tank and an infantry fighting vehicle. They open fire at a point-blank range. Russian troops control about 2/3 of the village. Kiev had 8 years to prepare defenses here and wasted no time.
The density of battles is heavy. Ukraine is pulling up reserves and we're grinding them down with artillery. The enemy has taken massive losses and a lot of them are refusing to fight. As far as I've heard, there's a Kraken nationalist battalion behind them. The enemy is well prepared. They're holding fortified positions.
Ukraine's staunch resistance here is not driven by principle, but cold military tactics. Losing this seemingly anonymous village means that Russian forces will flank Kiev's other frontline garrisons to the north. But there's no doubt among soldiers here, soon they'll march on